That's crazywayno.com, your new window to Wayne County. WGBR time is 8:38. Happy day, whoop-de-doo. Well, about 55 plus years ago, people owning these radio stations around here walking around wondering, how can we make an extra buck? It must have been how it happened.
Yeah.
And Bobby Hill, who was, Bobby's been associated with WGBR for, I'm going to get this wrong, I guarantee you that, somewhere 56, 57, 58 years. How many years is it, Bobby?
63.
63. And see, and the way that he says it is just like the way that Jay Carney responded at the White House.
Yeah.
There's a phrase at the end of that, 63 years, right, because you're supposed to know that.
Used.
I'm not going to say that.
All right.
I'm not going to say that. But you get the idea.
I get the idea, Bob.
And so Bobby's here with us this morning, and so we are very proud of the fact that SoundScope, which is heard weekday mornings at 6:45 right here on News Talk 1150 WGBR, is now in its 55th year of broadcasting. And that's 55 years. So
it's ended 55 years. It's in its 56th now.
All right. Yeah. Okay. No. And then you wanted to end that sentence with the following phrase. Yes.
No, okay. I'm not going to do that.
No. But when you string years like this and you have all this consistency, that you've touched a lot of people. Of course, Bobby has now in his 56th year has interviewed some very impressive people, and all of those broadcasts have appeared on WGBR. And so it's just a ton of broadcasts. So Bobby's in the studios this morning, and he's joined with us by Robin DeMark. Of course, Robin is the Public Affairs Director for the 4th Fighter Wing at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. And Robin, introduce some of the folks that are with you here this morning.
Well, first I'd like to say good morning to our community, and I'm honored to have beside me our very own Bob Hill. So I love Bob Hill, and Seymour Johnson Air Force Base loves Bob Hill as well. But with me this morning I brought some special guests, and I'd like to introduce our Command Chief in charge of all of the enlisted at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. So he is the top gun out there, and this is of course Chief Master Sergeant Blake Malpass. So, sir, I want to say good morning to our community.
Well, good morning. How's everybody doing? And Bob, it's great to see you.
Absolutely.
It's been great since I've been here a little over a year, and I think probably the first or second week after I got here, Bob came by and interviewed me to say, hey, how you doing? Welcome. Here's what we've got. And it's been really great ever since. And I've heard nothing but great things about you, Bob, and everything you've done. And so we're like, how do we recognize 55 years of serving the men and women of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base and the Goldsboro community and letting everybody know what we do? And, there's so many ways. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you something from me, which is a little something. And we have a cake here. Wow. To commemorate all these years.
It's 2,000 candles.
Hurry up, blow it out, Bob.
Fire alarm's about to go off.
Oh.
And it reads...
It says, happy 55th year of SoundScope anniversary, Bob.
Congratulations.
And along with that, Bob, I have a little something for you to add to that beautiful collection of wall. And what this is a certificate of appreciation to Bob Hill, WGBR Radio, for 55 years of SoundScope, and it's signed by Colonel Pat Doherty, our wing commander, and myself. And along with that, I'd like to give you this, and this is my coin as a little memento of all the stuff you've done for us and our community. So, Bob, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. My pleasure. Yes, indeed. Golly, how wonderful it is.
And I tell you what, Bob, not only do you have a cake and the signatures from the top guys out there, but I'd like to introduce now another guest from the Public Affairs Office who has another gift for you. And I'd like to introduce her, one of our videographers, new to the shop, but outstanding at the top of her class, Airman Samantha Konechki. I did make sure I get that last name right. So, Airman Konechki. And so I'm going to let her take it from here and tell you what she has a surprise especially for you, Bob.
Ooh.
Well, Bob, when I first got here, you welcomed me into Goldsboro and Seymour Johnson and really helped me out and got me started with SoundScope. So every Tuesday at 13:45, Bob Hill picks me up out front of the wing headquarters, and we go to meet some Seymour Johnson airmen to tell their story. And since I've gotten here and seen all that you've done, I mean, it's unbelievable that you've been doing this for 55 years. And I just want to say thank you for telling our story and letting us get our word out there. So thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
And I also put together a little video for you. If we can get that up and show him, I'm not sure.
Yeah, tell them where they can see the video.
They can find it on the 4th Fighter Wing Facebook page. I'm sure we'll be on crazywayno.com and the Seymour Johnson Air Force Base website. I didn't put it on the website yet because I didn't want you to go on there and see it. So I've been hiding it from you, Bob, but it should be up by the end of today.
That'll be a hoot.
He was bugging me to see where the video was, and I had to keep putting him off for the last 2 weeks of no, not yet, it's not done. So.
He was bugging us too. We weren't even involved.
I understand though that you took it a step further and made him world famous and put him on
YouTube. It is also on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
All right.
See all the hits.
Oh, wow. Just all of this. Well, you know, being a vehicle of the program is one thing, but the real value to all of this, I think, is to WGBR, Eastern Carolina Broadcasting Company when it started, and Curtis Media Group since 1989, and all the many wonderful people that have been involved in doing this. Robin currently, and he don't know how to pronounce his name yet, Malpass, but we got Malpasses around here, but that's
right.
okay, he'll get over it. But back through the years, remember Vassie Balcom getting us all started at this, and when SoundScope really started, it was really that we used to bring people out here to the radio station on Saturday afternoon and talk to them, and Vassie said, well, you know, it'd be so much more reasonable to have a person go out there and talk to the folks than having all of them have to come in here. So that's where SoundScope got started, and the first commander out there, Colonel Ralph Merritt, and our local connection, who was the gal that does everything for everybody, she sort of got things going, and she was Badur Dixon, and she just got us all started, and all those old hangars and every good thing. And so we just had a wonderful experience of trying to tell the people what Seymour Johnson's all about, not only with the 4th Wing, but through the years with the 482nd Fighter Interceptor Squadron, the 68th Bomb Wing, the 4241st as SAC was all back through there. But it was just wonderful, and the people that have been exposed to it, I have people walk down the mall sometime and say, hey, I enjoyed your program, you interviewed me back in March of 1974, you know, it's wonderful. And it was an experience for them, and for the community is where the biggest thing is. It does, all people are not available to run out to Seymour Johnson and see what's going on, but to relate and show them the fine folks and what they're doing out there, their dedication to our country, which is, most of them say, you know, it's the idea of serving my country, and that's great. And even those that go on deployments, I ask them, do you want to go back? Oh yes, as long as the job's there, I'm ready to go anytime, and that's what really makes it wonderful.
Absolutely.
And it's nice to be a small part of that for whatever number of years.
You know, we got to see, Bobby brought in an album about a month ago of all the pictures of him and his years with SoundScope. And it's very impressive. I mean, there's Chuck Yeager's one of the first people that I think that he started in interviewing, and just a list of all the commanders and the people that he has interfaced with over the years. And it's just it was a very impressive album. And Bobby, I think, still sees himself the way he looked 55 years ago doing this show. I mean, he was actually a very handsome man, and which is the reason that Linda still holds on to him like grim death. But you know, Bob's lovely wife Linda, we wish that she was here this morning, and I think that we couldn't tell her, or maybe we didn't think of telling her, but I know she's very proud of you, and we are proud of you too, Bobby.
Well, our 49 years together have been absolutely wonderful, and looking for many, many more.
Yes.
And it's another system where family support is the most important thing, and in all the places I've been and traveling around the world. Even when we were newly married, I had a trip over to Europe for a week or two. And it was all sorts of things like that she helped raise the family while we were out doing all these good things. And we've taken SoundScope all around many parts of the world, across the country, down to Panama, Puerto Rico, England, France, Germany. It's just been wonderful to tell the story of Air Force in Goldsboro, Wayne County. And as I used to say, and I'm not going to say it again publicly, but even they didn't pay me, I'd still love to do it. And to hush that.
I'm going to get that information over to Don Curtis as soon as possible.
Oh, boy.
Well, we appreciate the good folks that are here with us this morning, and we want to thank our command chief of our enlisted folks, Master Sergeant Blake Malpas. Not related to the Malpas brothers, but we appreciate you for being here with us this morning, and thanks for being here for Bobby. Videographer Samantha Kanichny. Kanichny.
It's okay.
And, of course, our friend Robin DeMarc, who's kind of behind all this. And, of course, we want to, again, say just congratulations to Bobby Hill. 55 years. And I guess one of the things that we have, the thought that we have, is that this is a program that's always been there. I mean, you think about WGBR, and this franchise has been on the air since 1939. SoundScope has always been there and will always be there. And so, we're looking forward to the 60-year event, and we are arranging for President Barack Obama to be here with us for that event.
NC.
Bobby, thanks a lot. Congratulations to you. And
Thanks
everybody for being here with us. This is News Talk 1150 WGBR. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about excellence in aviation. You will not believe how the Soyuz landed an American astronaut on the ground. And we're counting on these guys to help take us back to the space station. So it's an amazing story you will not want to miss. This is News Talk 1150 WGBR, Goldsboro, North Carolina, home of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. SoundScope heard weekday mornings at 6:45 with Bobby Hill on News Talk 1150 WGBR. Good morning.